Okay, I'm assuming you're ready.
Hello?
Your mic is terrible. It's it's so staticky.
Oh no, hold on. I can't hear you now. Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Oh no.
it's good now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so what specifically did you want to talk about?
um, so when we were talking last, I remember you were saying it could have been just like like the Miami. It was just like the girls in Miami was voting.
Oh, yeah.
Oxford, that type of deal. So I was mainly just wanting to ask, like what's your dating experience? And no, because aren't you located in America? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in America.
So, because it seems like maybe I've just got like maybe no in Northern Ireland maybe the women are just completely different. No,
Um,
America type of deal.
uh, what my dating experience has been like
Yeah.
with uh I'm probably a really bad person to ask about this because um I don't really have any that much at all. And I have very bizarre experiences. Um like I had my first dating experience was one where some chick at the bus stop or whatever I said hi to, and then we talked on the bus, and then I got her number, and then we started dating, and that was like very like not great. I mean, it's pretty much just them hanging out in my room. We would talk about school, and then we broke up. So it was
Would the
like
women be like more feminine, or are they more like what do you call it?
masculine.
Straight to the point type of deal?
Um, I
Because
don't.
over here the women are very like they're very assertive, and they're more like they're more to take the lead. So over here
Um,
the women they're
that's.
kind of like
I mean, I imagine that's going
hold
to be
it.
different place to place, but very much not the case in the United States that I've seen. Um, there's been multiple interactions um, that I've had where I've been told either by women that they really thought some dude was attractive, but they couldn't will themselves to do anything about it. They like didn't have the courage to do anything about it, and so they just like let him move past. Um, I've had like one or two interactions where women have been interested in me and just expected me to like pick up on signals and didn't uh like communicate directly at all. Um they're I mean, yeah, so I would say for the most part women are rather passive if that's what you're asking.
Because over here it's the women are more like say for an example like see we're here see if trouble ever came to the door the man would automatically run and hide and the woman always goes to the door. Like they're always no more like they don't expect the man to protect them because they're more ready to go type of deal compared to the men over here.
That seems pretty
If you get what I
based.
mean. Like
um
it's kind of like any type of drama or anything like that, the woman automatically steps in, they take control of the whole situation. The man sits back and they're like, she's going to sort this out. Because if the man speaks, typically it turns out worse for them. So the woman kind of steps in and be like, right, okay, so you've like fucked up here, so this is how we solve it. But it seems like everywhere else the women are treated like little angels. No, like they can't be hurt, they can't, no one can touch them type of deal. But
Yep.
in my experience, and maybe no, this is like something, it's bad, but in my experience, it's the women over here are more like, if anyone fucks up, you tend to see the women sorting it out. You don't see the men. The men are kind of like, sitting back chilling. No, big deal.
I think that's pretty rare for like the general world population. I would say it gets pretty strict, especially in certain places in America. That it's very much not the case. Um, Certain places in America, I think a lot of it has to do with like the area, not just like the people. I think there's certain people in certain areas. In certain areas, if your like girlfriend or wife defended you like during like a fight or something, it's like instant grounds for that relationship being terminated. Um, it's like not an option that can happen. Um, so yeah, and in certain areas, I don't think people will mind that much if the woman takes the lead, but in general, it is not seen as okay or permissible for a woman to take the lead first unless the man is like injured.
Like, see over in America, like see in a household, see when it comes to like bills and all that kind of stuff. Is it normal for the men to take control in it? Because over here, the women, they sort of the bill, they like do the shopping, like
Wait, is it normal?
the men don't really do that stuff over here.
I mean,
Well, in
women
my experience, anyway.
women in America do most of the shopping. Is that what you're talking about? The like, I think it's
Yeah,
like
like shopping, like paying for internet. No, like the standard house stuff.
I think it's yeah. I think women by and large do that. I think it's like 70% of consumer purchasing decisions are made by women.
Okay. No, because what it seemed like when I was, maybe it was just no me like misunderstanding, but when I was watching, I, I've kind of like got sucked into like watching the fresh and fit people trying to understand why they're coming off with some of the stuff, because I'm sitting there going like, if they tried that shit, no, with the women here, they were probably like slapped in the face or something. Get what I mean? Like the
Mm-hmm.
women wouldn't take that shit. So what I'm thinking is like, and I've got like, because I've got a younger brother, I'm like, if every young man no listens to these people and then try to apply it to their day-to-day life, then no, like the world's going to kind of turn fucked up. Get what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
standards and everything's going to become a wee bit looked.
Yeah, it's gonna get pretty bad, but I would say that the social circumstance you live in, it seems like, is pretty unique quite globally. I would say most places in the world operate pretty similarly to what I said prior to about certain areas. I think if you looked at the majority of the world, the planet
Two
Earth.
wee seconds. Someone's at my door.
All right. Yeah, I'm talking to somebody who just messaged me and wanted to talk. Arcade, I want to talk to you later. Are you able to talk in Discord? Are you able to do that, Arcade? Because I want to talk to you. Yeah, we did talk to her the other day.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Uh, sorry. Someone's just 1 minute.
Okay. Ugh. Ugh.
And Tom, come back now.
You're not muted.
Fuck's sake. Hello, sorry.
Okay. I just wanted to let you know you weren't muted in case you said something.
That's alright, it wasn't important, it's just a window cleaner.
Okay. Oh, wait, a window cleaner?
Yeah.
You live in like a window clean? Is that a thing? That you...
No, just over here, we like pay people to come around and clean our windows for us.
Why? What gets on your windows that needs cleaning?
I don't know, every like 2 weeks they come around and clean our windows, and you pay them like £10 every month, and they clean the top and bottom windows on the outside of the house.
I don't think I've ever had my windows cleaned ever. Bird shit,
the only clean
dirt,
outside windows, inside windows, that's for like you do it yourself. But on the outside, they always come around every about a week and a half, roughly. And no.
Oh, that's okay.
In the windows.
All right.
Can't remember what I was saying. Sorry,
I think it was about the social circumstance that it seems like you're in is pretty unique to most of the world. I would say probably most of the world, if a man failed to protect his wife, or if his wife ended up protecting, or girlfriend ended up protecting him, there would be a lot of disrespect and shame put on that guy, and there might legitimately be an ending of a relationship. I think probably the majority of the planet Earth works in that fashion.
Yeah, because me personally, see, if like for toxic stuff, something happened to me and my partner didn't step in, and my partner stepped in, I would be more annoyed at him because he stepped in. Because how I was raised is, if someone's coming at you or someone's trying to create issues with you, you have to stand and hold your own ground. You don't let others protect you, because you don't know when that person's going to turn around and do the same to you, if you get what I mean. So you need to
Sure.
At the end of the day, you like you're your only person's going to protect you, if you get what I mean.
No, I understand that. I think that's pretty wise to do. Learn how to be independent. Yeah, I think that's wise. But I'm just saying the vast majority of the Earth doesn't really operate in that way. And I think that Fresh and Fit are speaking to that. Well, I think Fresh and Fit are speaking to a very specific group of women when they talk about women. But I think that they're trying to use that specific group of women as all women, and that's their problem.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at, is the way, because they always go, we're just trying to generalize, like, don't get too personal, like. But see, when the women, like, I noticed there's been a few times, the women's been like, no, this is not what I mean, type of deal, and they typically get kicked off, not if they don't follow the protocol that they set up. So I don't think it's a good, like, they always, what do you call that thing they bring up on the stream, and it's like the crazy cat lady bags they always do, like, you want a man with this, and they always say apparently it was their statistics from the Federal Bureau or something over there that kept on saying on their stream.
I don't know about that.
But on that, they were basically making out, they were getting the woman to list off their idealistic man. But the real question would be, is what man would they actually want, like, settle for, if you get what I mean? Because everyone's going to have like a fantasy in their head and what they would love. But 99% of the time you will not end up being with that type of person. But what Fresh and Fit seems to be portraying to the audience, what in my opinion could be young, is look at these Miami people. They're like this, they want this, so you need to do this to get this. And I'm not saying self-improvement and all that kind of stuff. I don't think that's wrong. No one's suggesting. It's when they're trying to like degrade, no, like the women, no, being like, well, these women are like this, the blah blah blah, and get what I mean? No, like they're like belittling them, and no, or they are, and everything like that, to make themselves look more superior. And I don't understand that, because I'm like, if you're truly a man and if you're truly able to like hold your ground, you would need to shame or like put down the other side, if you get what I mean.
My Discord, not yours. I think that perhaps the reason why they shame and they put down the other side is because they want to communicate to a large group of people how ridiculous these ideas are, and that the ridiculousness of them should be taken seriously, should be like seriously considered. That's at least been my experience with my experience with people trying to humiliate other people on their platform. They're trying to communicate some sort of message to their audience that these people should be taken either not seriously or seriously, and this is how I communicate. Essentially, it's just making fun of them and humiliating them. That's what I do. When I'm getting to the point where I'm humiliating somebody I'm talking to, it's to the point where all reason has left, and I'm just trying to communicate to the audience how ridiculous this person is.
Do they not realize, see, when they're being like that, they're also making themselves look ridiculous in return, if you get what I mean? Not to the other party.
I think maybe this is a bit of a more controversial take. I think to most people, they don't actually look that ridiculous. I think to most people, they either look a bit unhinged, or they look like they're doing all right. Like, as much as I would like to say everyone thinks that some of the stupid shit that Andrew Tate says looks ridiculous, it's really not the case. Like, there's people that genuinely look at some of the things these people say and are like, yeah, no, this is actually either reasonable or just like a bit weird.
Yeah.
Because for the average person, I think like some of these takes that they're saying is not that insane. I think they could be made to be exposed to look terrible and insane, but on the face of it, I think a lot of the things that they say don't look insane.
Yeah. Well, another thing I was wondering about is,
Like the
I
video!
don't really think it's a big
Like the
topic
video!
nowadays, but people used to always say the gaming community was not a place for women to be in. What's your opinions on that? Because I personally have never experienced any like shit, no, by playing games and that kind of stuff. There's just been banter, in the lobbies. It seems like from reading online, a lot of women has experienced like death threats or
in my experience, the most communicated thing that women talk about is getting harassed on video games consistently when they use VoIP. Like, whenever people hear that they're a woman, they'll either hit on them or just sexually harass them or something, just make fun of them being a woman, make the game about it, and it can just get annoying. And so, yeah, I mean, in my experience, video games, especially ones with VoIP, are very much not accommodating towards women. It's a higher barrier to entry than it is being a man.
Would it not be well, in my experience, how I deal with it, deal with like any hate because I'm a woman, I'm playing games. I like match their energy, and then normally it turns into like both of us sitting laughing about it. Then we form a friendship because, so like, I'm sure I'm able to take the heat. Get what I mean? I'm not just sitting there gurning about it. Get what I mean? Because
Yeah,
I
but
think 90% of the time they do that to see if you're able to like take banter, and if you're not able to take the banter, then they go harder. Get what I mean?
yeah,
Because
sure.
they see, like,
Yeah, they shit
like you're
test you.
feeding them.
Yeah, there's like a lot of shit testing that goes on in there. The problem is that the shit testing is centered around a lot of times it seems you being a woman and not
Huh.
like your gameplay or something like that. Because usually, like I get on VoIP, I'm just doing whatever, and I there is that banter, like seeing if you can take the shit and deal it back. There is that, but it's centered around my gameplay. Like if I'm playing well, nobody's gonna talk shit about me. And if they do, I just say I'm playing better than you, and then you just call them a slur, and then like the problem's solved. But if it's a woman, then you kind of and you VoIP. It feels as though, at least in my experience of what I've seen, it feels as though like my only like direct experience has been playing like Dota and hearing very like a couple women talk in Dota, and that is very annoying for even me on the not being a woman or whatever, it being on the same team because you get like one of two people. You either get a simp or you get somebody that like wants to shit test that woman. And it's fucking annoying because she speaks and then he's like, "Whoa, it's a girl." And then there's that guy that's constantly trying to talk to her and get her to speak to him over and over and over again because he's lonely and in shit like that, which sucks that he's lonely, but like it's so fucking desperate. It's insane. Um like he just wants her to talk with him back and forth. And um or you get the guy who's just like shitting on her to shit test. And it's just fucking annoying because I want the comms to be more about the gameplay, and I think that's kind of the difference. When there's a woman who isn't, when there's no woman in the lobby, the comms are generally more about the gameplay, and obviously some personal attacks if you're shitty at the gameplay. But when you put a woman in there, it just shit gets weird.
Yeah, because the only reason why I ask is because I've never experienced any like, well, maybe I've got a different opinion on what's bad, or maybe I get what I mean. Because see, when I go in the lobbies and stuff, and I start talking, there will be some. No, it's like the either try to like simp or get what I mean. But I, to me, or they try to protect me because I'm a woman. To me, I just use that to my advantage, and I let them, get shot first or whatever. Then
Mm-hmm.
I sit there and laugh with them because in my head, their gaming stats and all is going down. Get what I mean? Like if you look at your gaming history thing, no kills and deaths, knocked and stuff, that's all getting affected. I'm like, well, that stupid motherfucker's sitting there, hearing that over a week who probably won't even remember you, probably won't even speak to you. So, and I'm sitting here getting trophies. No, my game, get what I mean? So I
Yeah.
kind of just completely ignore it, get what I mean? So in my head, I'm like, well, if they're going to be like that, just use it to your advantage and keep on getting trophies and your levels in your game, get what I mean? I don't see why it's like a huge thing, like, because I can remember it was a couple of years back. I can remember everyone going on like Twitch was saying, no, it's very toxic for women, blah blah blah, and I was like sitting there going like, I don't know if I'm meant to be taking it all offensive. I'm just putting it. I'm like implementing it into my gameplay. Get what I mean?
Well,
So
there is some people that won't do that thing where they'll like get shot for you first. There are some people that will just, like I said, where it gets annoying in Dota is they'll just constantly be like, "So how old are you?" They'll like go through. They'll act like you're on a date in the middle of a fucking Dota game, and I'm like, "Bro, I'm just trying to CS here, and you're clogging up comms, trying to get a dub and pretending this is Tinder." Um, and I think that's where it gets like annoying and into the harassment thing. Um, and so yeah, and it just like it gets to a point where it's annoying. It's like same jokes
Yeah.
being made about you being a woman and whatever. That's what I've seen the complaints be about for women who complain about her sexual harassment or sexism in gaming. Is it's not like necessarily just some dude who simps and like I don't know drops her all of his items. It's the guy that follows her around making kitchen jokes or um, trying to figure out if he can't win a date with you.
Yeah. Another thing, well, this is the last thing I was wondering was, have you heard the drama on, I don't know his surname, but Andrew something? Apparently he
Callaghan?
had like, uh, yeah, him.
I was about to look into it after talking to you.
All right. Well, can I say one thing before you watch it? Or,
Sure, I don't care.
well, in the, one of the girls says that Shari thought he was creepy, but she went anyway on a date with him or something like that. And apparently he mentioned about having sex in a car, and then she went into the car. And apparently he forced her to give him oral. In my head, you kind of already got like a, what do you call it? A preview, on what he's like. I mean, so he's out here and told you, he wants to fuck you in the car. And you got into the car, and if you don't want to, like, give him what he wants, why do you not just bite his dick off? Not bite it off, but bite it. Go to the place, and then you can just be like, well, yeah, he tried to force himself on me. Look at the teeth marks on his dick. I bit him. Or not. Is that just deranged thinking?
I think that's kind of like the like young kid like I'm gonna karate chop an intruder in his neck and like kill him. He's gonna like fall to the ground dead, and I'm gonna be like the hero that saved that like Home Alone the situation.
Yeah, but if you think about it, if a woman bit his dick, most likely he would be on the ground in pain. Sure, you might have a bit of blood in your mouth, but I mean, you'd be able to go to the place you're away from him then.
Well, yeah, it's that's not the problem. Isn't with the logic of the plan. The problem is with the practicality of the plan, right? That somebody
Mhm.
is probably not going to feel comfortable doing that action. They're not going to feel like it's realistically an option for them, for whatever reason. And I think it's fair for women or men, people in general, who are put inside of a position like that to like either freeze up or feel like they have to go through with it, especially with like you said, leading up to it. There's an issue where if people like when you said this was like in a car or where
Yeah,
was it?
well, I was watching Chud's stream, and I think it was in a car. I'm near
Okay.
sure that's what Chud turns it was. It was inside a car. It was. I think she had like blonde hair. I think that was the video.
Okay. Well, either way, it's if somebody like felt like some dude was kind of weird and they went out on a date with him and the dude wanted to have sex with them and then they showed up and then they didn't want to have sex with him after the fact, they might feel pressure to continue with a sexual action that might not even be consensual for the basis that, well, I showed up and I said I wanted to have sex and now I can't go back. And so it can feel like terrible for people to like go through that process of, well, I did say I wanted to have sex, even though he might be allegedly forcing me to, you know, have sex with him. So is it really rape? Is it really sexual assault? I don't know. I said I wanted it prior. Maybe that's the interpretation he's going. And there's a lot of thoughts going through their mind. And then like later on, they were like, "Oh yeah, this was actually not ethical," and they come forward with a sexual assault or rape thing. Hence why they wouldn't bite the dick, and amongst other reasons.
Yeah. Okay. That's about it. So it's
Yep, it's just a couple reasons why they would want to do that. Yeah.
okay.
All
Well,
right.
thank you for letting me come on and talk to you.
Yep. All right. You have a good rest of your day. If you have anything else you want to talk about, let me know.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Bye. All right, let's look at this Andrew Callaghan thing. Give me everything you got on him. I want all salvos firing. I want the entire brain trust at work, if there is a brain trust indeed. Trigger warning, sexual assault, Channel 5, Andrew Callaghan, allegations.
I never in a million years thought that I would be making this video, and
I wonder what Hassan is thinking right now, because doesn't Hassan simp hard for Andrew Callaghan? Let's take a look.
shaking because I've tried a couple different times and haven't been able to get my point across, but I don't like seeing abusers.
What about Arcane? Oh yeah, that's a good point. Arcane, you have till the end of this video to get inside of Discord or you're gone, brother. How can you be an adult if you can't communicate how comfortable you feel in a sexual interaction? Get on inside of the Discord there, brother.
Platforms, and my abuser, Andrew Callaghan, also known as All Gas No Breaks, Channel 5, and whatever his new HBO show's called, I forget, has been plastered all over my news feed, and I've tried to come to him person to person and try to get him to take accountability for what he did, but his version of what happened the night that he assaulted me is so skewed. So I will tell you that he did eventually get consent. And that's the main point, is that he eventually got consent because he wore me down. He told me he needed a place to stay for the night. He had some sort of falling out with one of his crew members or whatever, and I was very clear about the fact that we are not hooking up. He gets in my bed and wears me down to the point where I eventually...
I'm at work at this time, bro. Then, homie, unfortunately, you can't talk about dating or gender dynamics anymore. Your privileges are gone. You no longer have them. Kaput. Those days are in your past. Because, homie, you are black-pilled beyond belief. And, you say some stupid shit. So you can stay in the chat. You're just not going to talk about any of the shit. Which, good luck.
We do agree to do things that I wasn't proud of. And I wasn't proud of them and thought it was my fault for so long that I...
Schedule a debate for tomorrow? Yeah, wait. Yeah, you got work. I stream 6 days a week. I guarantee you, we can set up a time when you're not working to have a talk. Let's set something up. DM me on Discord and we'll set up a talk time.
Continued to be nice to him after the situation. He wouldn't leave my house the next morning. And then as time went on and I processed things, I thought, you know what, just because eventually I said, okay, whatever, because I was trying to just get the whole night over with so that it could be morning so that he could leave. It doesn't discount the fact that I told him no. I told him no so many times prior to this. I said, I'm tired, I'm not really feeling it. I came up with any excuse that I possibly could to just get him off of me. And he still found a way to coerce me into things that I didn't want to do. And this is really hard for me to say. I never thought I would come forward, but it's even more hard to have to relive the trauma that I endured every single day by seeing this man as a social justice warrior, as someone who cares about human rights, get a platform. You shouldn't be supporting him. And at the end of the day, like, I've told close friends of mine, I've tried coming out about this before, and he texted me saying that it basically ruined his life and that his life was over now because of things that I said, and other women have come forward to me, but this is my first time publicly talking about it on a platform like TikTok because I hope it gets traction. I hope
We hear from those other women?
people listen to me. I hope that if something similar has happened to you, that you know that that's not your fault. It wasn't my fault what happened to me, just because I eventually caved. This is so hard to do.
What happened to you? Though.
But I eventually, you know, I was really hoping that he would eventually take accountability, but he just texted me this skewed version of what he thought had happened. And in that moment, it wasn't fight or flight, it was freeze. I froze and I couldn't control my body anymore. Not to mention, he got me really drunk that night.
He got me really drunk that night.
Was trying to buy me all kinds of the best kinds of tequila at the dive bar we were at.
So you went to a dive bar with him voluntarily, but he got you drunk. What's the story behind that?
And
If you were at a... So... There's some red flags already with just the way that she's talking about this. And the way that it's described. I want a twit longer. I do. I want a timeline. I want a frame of reference. I want everything. Wait, isn't it about the degree of expectation? We expect some level of yes or no for some person when they ask people for consent. There is that, yeah. Pressure to drink is real, but well, yeah, pressure to drink is real, but pressure to drink when you go with him voluntarily to a dive bar, like I need some extra context here. Like,
a lot of people don't believe me.
You went with him to a bar of which he offered you expensive drinks. I'm not seeing a problem yet, right? I need more details.
I've got receipts, I've got photos of us, I've got text messages.
Let's see him. Great. Let's see him.
But you shouldn't need that. You should believe
Nope.
me and you should stop.
Nope. No. Whoa. 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 What is this level of entitlement? What is that level of entitlement I am hearing? What the fuck is that? A random woman ain't nobody has seen. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows. She could be, what is it? Cornbread casserole? Nobody knows who you are compared to Andrew Callaghan, all right? I know who Andrew Callaghan is. I know the stakes that he has, right? I don't know him as a person. I don't claim to know his character, but I know of him. Nobody knows who this person is, right? They could be fucking anyone. Why would anyone believe this person? They could literally be a random person that has never met Andrew Callaghan. Why should we believe? It's not like this person is in every single no gas, no brakes video or all gas, no brakes video. Right? So we need context. Who are you? What's your relation to him? What was your relation prior to him? What was all of this? So all of it, you shouldn't need this stuff. Bullshit. That's exactly what we need. The entitlement's a bit cringe. Doesn't matter though. We look into the case or look into the facts of it, whether they're entitled or not.
Supporting Andrew Callaghan. Take away his platform. He doesn't deserve it.
Damn. That's an L, homie. Should have had the PR team look through that one. I know she said she doesn't want to release the text, but like she should definitely release them, especially if they have hard evidence to back her up. Of course. I think eventually people end up pushing her to release the text. I wonder if Andrew will say anything. I'd like to see both sides. Harvard evidence of what? That she consented to do things? I mean, what does this girl even want? For him to abandon a career in media? Who is this person? Back her up and what? Well, yeah, you can't say you have receipts and don't release them. I agree. It's good to it's good to hear all the women out, but should not be believed. All women without proof, especially ones that say they have proof but refuse to realize. This could easily be a political opponent's attempt. No, I don't think easily. This would be kind of weird. But the problem is we don't know who this person is. Just believing them doesn't make any sense. Like, this is the person that's unironically running with the believe all women thing as just true and incontrovertible. Does somebody have... Is there anything more on this at all? Is there, like, any texts or was anything released since this? Let me look it up. Andrew... and allegation. There's some, if I remember correctly, when receipts are just suggestions and not evidence. Different woman made a video on TikTok about something that would be sexual assault. Do we have that video? Let me see. I can't find the video of another person. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Is there anything more? Here's an update with receipts people are asking for. Okay, let's take a look at this.
Feel free to do that, but I can't mentally handle this anymore. This on Reddit, feel free to do that, but I can't mentally handle this anymore. This was Andrew and I agreeing to hang out.
Yeah, I'm in St. Pete. We should kick. Who should I kick it with? Me? Okay, so this is them explicitly stating that they want to hang out with them. You're home. I'm solo, just walking around. Yeah, just walked in the door. What part of St. Pete you at up north? Text me.
When he was in St. Pete. This was us the night at the bar. We went into the bathroom to take a photo because this bar, the bathroom has its own Instagram page, and it's just something people do at that bar. Also, like I said many times before, I trusted him. You know, and people are blaming me for trusting him, and I did, you know, and it is what
I think the only blame should be the entitlement in the last bit there. That shit was a bit cringe. Let's keep it up.
it is. This is a comment.
Andrew sexually assaulted me as well. I had previously been involved with him, but only when I was extremely drunk, and confronted him about it, and he invited me to dinner to apologize, and he assaulted me in the car. I had finally kick him out. Thank you for sharing. Fuck him. I literally finally came out about this yesterday on my Insta because I cannot fucking stand this dude popping up on TV as a social justice warrior. I've also heard many stories from
someone who I've been speaking with about what happened to her. This is a message I got about a year ago from someone who said that he has been known to associate with underage girls. This is the story from the same person of her experience. You can pause.
Pretty much all of them have ever been uncomfortable situations with him, been assaulted, or knows someone who has. The situation that I was at a party probably 3 years ago, and I thought he was cool at first, and we had a pretty good convo, and then we basically went into a room kind of isolated from everyone, and he was really pressuring me into going me to go to his house, and I said no multiple times, and he kept pushing and pushing. As you know, he's a very tall guy, and I'm only 5'4". I was pretty drunk, obviously, because party done. I feel like he was blocking the door, so we were in there for a while, and luckily my friend came in to check on me.
Read any of this stuff.
My Discord, not yours. Of course, also, I'm trying to gather more details, but I was a few years ahead of him at, I don't know what this is, Lola in New Orleans, and I've heard he got canceled pretty bad, but it was kept on the DL. That's why he was replaced on the show French Quarter Confessions, and he doesn't speak much about that in New Orleans anymore. We're trying to get more info into the further support. Also, Tim Heidecker viewed my story, your TikTok repost, so we know he's aware. He's one of my favorites, so I'm hoping he pays attention and takes action. We got you. I know how hard it is to come forward, especially when your abuser holds a position of power. You're brave, and you did a big thing.
He was canceled on his French Quarter Confession show when he went to Loyola because of the same sorts of allegations. You can pause to read that. Just another story. He's got a list of women who he gets to give him head. Another instance of
someone told me that he told them he has a list of women that he gets to give him head without reciprocating. Like, truly disgusting. There's nothing disgusting about this. If this is consensual, who the fuck cares? Also, maybe TMI are uncomfortable, but he thinks that the clitoris is inside of the vagina. Who cares? It's actually embarrassing for him that he's this gross. We shouldn't feel bad because he sucks, lol. So he's uneducated on how the vagina, I was going to say works, how the vagina is anatomically. And he has a list of women who may give him head without reciprocating. Okay.
Another instance of sexual assault. And I'm keeping these people private, and they've all consented to me sharing their stories. And I'm doing so because I've already put my face out there. I'm already getting all the hate. It is what it is at this
My
point.
Discord, not yours.
There's another story.
Okay. So far, literally none of this has mattered at all. None of this. None of this is proof. The only proof that has been shown is that she knows and has been IRL with Andrew Callaghan. That is it.
More people saying that they've
We went to a neighboring high school as him at the same time he was. Not the first time hearing about something like this. Receipts. I mean, I don't have any. Never claimed to. I'm just inclined to believe her because I've heard people say some sketchy things about him over the years.
heard about this before. Another story.
So she's just liking anything that condemns him. Because she liked this. She's just liking anything that implies that he might be a bad guy. Not a good look. Not a good look.
Another story. My inbox is flooded with people saying that they are proud of me for speaking up because they're too scared to, so I'm sharing their stories for them.
Yes, like the stream indeed. Like the goddamn stream.
This is absolutely
Whoops, I said
taking a
Andre.
huge toll on my mental health. I can see that a lot of you don't want to believe women when they come forward about things.
Yep, I'm not going to believe women without any evidence. I'll believe them enough to investigate it. Jesus Christ, dude, this person is so entitled. Please just shut your fucking mouth for goddamn 1 minute. Oh my God. You are literally killing any chance that you have to be considered like a victim in this scenario so fucking fast. Oh my Lord.
And I've just got to say that says a lot about your personality.
Yep, it does, that I don't believe people without evidence and making career-ending allegations. Weird. Anybody want to come up with a career-ending allegation against this woman and then see how quickly her tone changes instantly? Insane. I'm getting triggered, man.
And who you are. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do, and if you think I'm making it up, that's on you.
Okay, so this is another person, r/Hassan Piker. Oh, hold up. This was posted in Hassan's shit? Why? Another woman has come forward with allegations towards Andrew.
So, I told him I would take him home because he lived close by, but that I did not want to have sex in my car at all. I did not want to have sex with him again.
Moldy freckle.
Ever. And after we got to my car, he started advancing towards me, started touching my inner thigh, and pulled me forward and started kissing my neck. So I really couldn't move out of the position. He was holding me like tightly. And he proceeded to put his hand down my pants. I told him to stop. I told him to...
Homie, no, we're not gonna do that. That's a 5-minute timeout. Do that shit. That's cringe, bro. No, we're not doing that.
Get off of me multiple times.
Is TikTok really the spot for this now? I don't know. Gains traction fast. It's not a terrible spot. I would pick Twitlongers on Twitter over TikTok, but it's not a terrible spot.
He tried to put my hand down his pants, and I was, fighting against him, during this, told him to please stop. And he said, you could at least suck my dick. And I said, no, I don't want to do that. Get out of my car. At that point, it was, I'm not taking you home anymore. Get the fuck out of my car. And he just got mad, really. He was mad that I would even say that, but at the same time, he was laughing at me and continued to try to kiss me and was like, are you serious? Come on, come on. Yeah, it was not fun. So I told him to get out of my car again. He wouldn't get out. And he said, you could at least take me home. So I realized at this point, I would not be able to physically push him out of my car. So I started driving quickly and erratically down the road.
Homie, this shit is bad. If this shit is real, this shit is bad. This shit is real bad. So, like, I've talked about it before. You know, this is a tough spot for even men to be in. I'm not sure how many men have been in this kind of a spot before where like a woman stands in a doorway and prevents you from getting through because they know that if you touch them, it's like not something you can't lay your hands on a woman. And so like, it's a really tough thing. But in this instance, right, he's like sitting in the car and there's nothing she could physically do to get him out of the car, right? Like there's nothing you can do, even if she wanted to. If this is true, this is bad. This is real bad. So like this is this shit is not looking good.
I pulled into a busier street and I stopped abruptly, thinking, you know, like maybe someone will realize something is wrong, or if someone is honking at me, like he'll feel uncomfortable and want to leave the car. But I guess it did make him uncomfortable that I did that, and I told him to get the fuck out of my car. And he was like, can I at least get a kiss goodbye? And I said, fuck no, get the fuck out. He left. Never spoke to him or saw him again.
So he pretty much just kept asking for different sexual favors, and then over a prolonged period of time, eventually got out of the car. This is something that we can work with because it puts him at a time and a place, in connection with a person. Well, sorry, not a time, but a place. Because I don't think, do we have a date for this? I don't think we have a date. But it puts him at a place. And if we can get a time, then we can see if he was there. And if he was there, we can start working with like other people's testimonies who were there. And like, did they see any of this? And how did this work? Or TikTok has more videos. Moldy freckle. Part 4?
Okay, so as I said in my last TikTok, I'm going to be talking about what happened between...
This is what we just watched, right?
And then everyone
No.
is having a heyday with it, you know.
What part is this one?
Saying hurtful things and not believing her.
Okay, is it part 2?
Now, the main thing is that, you know, people are like, where's the evidence? Where's the proof?
Hold on. Let's go to start.
So, I told him I would take him home.
So, okay.
Anyways, I told him I would...
Okay. So, part 4 is the one we watched, I guess?
Now, the main thing is...
It's part 1?
Okay. So, as I said in my last...
How do I get rid of this shit on the side?
Talking about what
Can I do
happened
it?
between me and Andrew Callaghan. But I want to start off by saying that I wouldn't have been able to do this without Caroline posting that TikTok first. Honestly, she gave me the opportunity to feel comfortable enough to actually show my face and talk to a bunch of strangers online about something very personal.
Let's go.
That's happened to me. I had actually posted about it publicly, about what happened between me and Andrew the day before Caroline posted her TikTok, because I didn't really know where else to talk about it that would reach more people than just my close friends. I don't have a really big following on any social media. I keep a lot of accounts private because
This is bad. But is it essay or rape? Oh, I was going to say technically there wasn't really a laying on of hands, so it wouldn't be essay, but that's not true. She said that he put his hand on like her inner thigh and was trying to force her hand down his pants. So I would say, yeah, it's essay. And even if it wasn't, we're really skirting the line when it comes to sexual assault. When you're saying you're telling a woman that you want her to suck your dick and you're refusing to get out of her fucking car while you're telling her that like consistently, trying to get her to do sexual shit for you, and you're not like allowing her to leave and like be rid of you. Yeah. So pretty deep allegation here. This is pretty big. So we'll see what we make of this.
of my professional life. And
did he
yeah,
force his hand down her
I just
pants?
want to say thank you to Caroline first off. She was, there was positive, supportive comments on her post, and then someone took her post and posted on Reddit.
Cypher, can
Having a
you
heyday with it.
Cypher, I'll give you mod status for a second. Can you throw that in the chat, Cypher, if you have that article? You should be able to post it in the chat with that status.
And not believing her, which really hurts. And I know that really hurt her. And so
I'm going to demod you.
I'm not going to let someone else go through this alone. Like, if y'all want to shit talk about somebody, you can do it about me. You can say mean shit to me. I really don't care what you have to say, because I'm just saying the truth right now, and I don't care what you believe, but I want other women who he's affected to feel comfortable about talking about it. I'm not saying they have to talk about it, but to realize that, this isn't your fault. This isn't an isolated event. This is a pattern that this guy has, and your feelings are valid, and whatever happened to you is valid. Okay, so as I said in my last TikTok, I'm going to be talking about what happened between me and Andrew Callaghan. But I want to start off by saying that I wouldn't have been able to do this.
Sorry. I was looking at something else there for the back end.
Now, the main thing is that, people are like, where's the evidence? Where's the proof?
Yep. Let's see it.
With sexual assault.
Yep.
And things like that,
Yes.
It's kind of hard to provide proof.
Correct.
Unless, like, you get raped and go to the emergency room and get a rape kit right after.
Correct.
I don't know why y'all think that we would have receipts for experiences.
because usually experiences are preceded by text messages, phone calls, some kind of place of origin that we'd be able to, again, pin him down to. If we can get an area, general location, a time, very helpful to track down. Was he there? Maybe he was in a different place. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was exactly where you said he was. These are details that are universal, right? That help us get to a conclusion. Pretty important stuff.
But anyways, here I am backing up my girl Caroline because,
Like the video, please, by the way. Help algo boost the video by liking the video, maybe talking inside of chat. Both things algo boost helps promote the channel through the algorithm. YouTube really likes it. They're trying to push live streaming as a result of being trying to be competitive with Twitch. So all of the interaction and engagement you do with a stream matters a lot more in comparison to like a YouTube video. Liking a YouTube video, it helps. It is all of that stuff. Liking YouTube videos matters, but it matters a lot more for streams because they're trying to be competitive with other live streaming platforms. They're really pushing streams to people. So I appreciate it.
it's already a really difficult thing to talk about. And, some people are like, well, why are you just now coming out with this, that
Yes.
he has the HBO Max special? So I will
That stuff is we'll see what her response is, but there is something very human about that process that I understand a lot of people's hesitancy to feel is human. If somebody you feel like has done such a wrong, immorally egregious act to you, and then they're acting as if nothing bad had ever. Cypher, thank you for another 5 gifted memberships. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Be sure to accept the membership if you haven't already. It's damn near going to be all green names. It's going to be all green names very soon. It has to be. The fact that there's somebody who's done such a wrong to you is capable of having such a successful run of it, while it may be emotionally traumatizing to you, can feel very unfair, and you can want to make that right by bringing them to justice in some way, right? And I think that's an extremely human thing, right? I don't know what example would be palatable to other people, but rape and sexual assault is very serious. Imagine some person like beat the shit out of your wife, just like beat the shit out of her, and you have very little evidence to prove it or anything, and they beat the shit out of your wife, and then they're just like going on talk shows talking about how like good of a person they are, or maybe even possibly talking about like how great they are to like at like handling their aggression, or that they would never hit a woman or something. It can be infuriating to the point where it's like, fuck this. I'm not going to allow this guy to say these things if they're untrue, right? I don't know. I view this as very human. The idea of like him getting an HBO show, him getting success, people in general getting success, and then wanting to hold that person to account. I view that as very human and natural, and there's nothing wrong with that. Desmond becoming a member independently as well. Thank you for your hard-earned cash, Desmond.
say personally, I ignored him, blocked him from my life, ignored everything that he was doing after what occurred to me. And this was,
Yeah, true,
I'm
Tommy.
gonna estimate about 3 years ago. This was when he was living in New Orleans. Anyways, the thing is, this is not the worst thing that has happened to me. I've experienced worse. Most women experience some type of sexual abuse or assault in their lifetime more than once. So
Hey, Cypher, another 5. Jesus Christ, your hard-earned cuck bucks. You're dropping it all right here. Thank you, Cypher. I don't know how there's still gray names. Do you think it's also kind of human to be skeptical when someone succeeds and all of a sudden they have it? Yeah. I thought I prefaced that as well. I think it's human on both sides. It's human for me to go, well, what the fuck? This guy's getting all this clout or whatever, and now you're coming out with an accusation against him? That's kind of weird. If you really cared, I feel like you should have done that earlier. I feel like that's a human response, as well as the response of, like, this dude is gaining a bunch of clout on false premises, and everybody think this guy's a fucking angel, but in reality, he's a piece of shit. I'm going to tell everyone about it. I think both are human. Profoundly human.
my previous coping mechanism for that was to ignore them.
Cypher.
Think about it, never think about it again. It kind of fades away in your memory.
True, they keep you
I tried
employed.
to do that
What's
with
up,
Andrew. I don't even know what Channel 5 is.
Which is right, though? I don't think either have to be right. I think you can be skeptical about somebody coming forward when somebody gains a bunch of clout, but that skepticism shouldn't prevent you from looking into the facts, right? For instance, let's talk about the woman we looked at earlier, the other woman, who was like, you guys should believe me, even though I have all of these receipts, you guys should just believe me when I just tell you that this guy's a piece of shit. I cannot tell you how badly I wanted to just be like, nope, don't care about your story, just move the fuck on. Because that entitlement to people believing you when you just say shit without proof to potentially ruin a person's career is... That attitude needs to be shut the fuck down. That should have been shut down when she was fucking 14 years old. The fact that she could be a grown-ass woman and have an attitude like that is it's the 7th wonder of the world, or the 8th, or whatever the fuck, I don't remember. Right? Like, it is insane how you can be that entitled that late in your fucking life. You should be ashamed of yourself. But it doesn't matter. That's not going to prevent me from looking into the merits of that shit, right? It's not going to prevent me from looking into the story that she's trying to tell. I'm going to give it the respect and caution that it deserves, as I think everyone should, right? I want her to bring out those receipts. I want her to bring out all those things so that way as little people as possible can say it didn't happen if it actually did. And if she's lying, then the receipts will show that, hopefully will show that she's lying, if she is lying. So yeah.
I knew him first from quarter confessions. But yeah, I would see like a snippet of a video of him or something, and I would immediately just like scroll away from it. So I actually had no idea how popular he was becoming. But when I went on my HBO Max to put on fucking the new Sex and the City season, which sucks, by the way. But that's why it's great. Fucking this dude's creepy ass face or animated face is on my TV. Like, this dude has a fucking HBO Max special? Nah.
This doesn't look good the way that she's selling it. You can tell that she doesn't really speak publicly very much.
I can no longer ignore it, and I'm not gonna fucking put up with this.
Okay. 3 years ago is when the allegation.
I have a lot to say, and I have a whole story, but I don't want this to be dragged out for too long because I want people to pay attention to what I'm saying. So,
Wait, this person? I'm sick. This doesn't feel like the Andrew I knew, but this was before I met him. He must have kept getting smarter and learning from his previous experiences, I'm assuming. Mistakes to become a better abuser, especially with it coinciding with the rise of fame and power. Oh. What? Wait, so is this person saying that she was abused, but she didn't know she was being abused? I am sick. This doesn't feel like the Andrew I knew, but this was before I met him. He must have kept getting smarter and learning from his mistakes to become a better abuser, especially with it coinciding with the rise of fame. What? Who is this person? I don't get it.
I'm just gonna, in brief, say that I had hooked up with Andrew previously. He creeped me out, made me feel weird, was mean, demanding. He hit me up again after this time to hang out with me again, and I said, no, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. I don't want to sleep with you ever again. Asked me why. I told him why. He invited me to go out to dinner so he could apologize. So I went to this dinner because
All right, look. Show us the texts. Apparently, so she said that she doesn't have receipts, but here she says there's texts. Just show us the text. This is again, I'm not expecting like perfect victims here or anything. Just show the texts. Show the texts. Because earlier it made it sound like she was like, there's no receipts of any of these things. Well, it sounds like there is receipts of you saying that there was a problem in one of the past encounters with Andrew, and then later saying that those Andrew wanted to, or Andrew trying to apologize for that encounter by taking you out to dinner, and then you say yeah. So there seems to be receipts. There's text messages. Show us. Take a look. Take a peek. This was what, 3 years ago? Did you break your phone or something in that 3 year period? Doubt it. Probably backed up to the cloud anyway. Let's take a look.
Because honestly, I don't care about an apology because I wouldn't believe it anyways. But I was like, free food, whatever, you know?
We need a fucking PR team so bad. We need a fucking PR team so goddamn bad. Oh my god. Man. Who was it? It was Ethan Klein that was talking about lawyers don't tell. What do you mean the lawyer told you to not talk? Bro, this is exactly why lawyers tell you to shut the fuck up. God damn.
Turns out he invites me to a really shitty diner. Like, I've never been to a diner this shitty. This is besides the point, but I'm just saying. Like, what the fuck? It's not that hard to fuck up breakfast food. Anyways, so
Woo!
I go to the dinner. He's not really talking to me. And then I'm like, so did you have something you wanted to say? And he's like, oh yeah, do you want to have sex in your car after this? And I was like, no, I don't. Is there anything else you want to say? And he was like, oh, yeah, sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable. Are you joking? You really don't want to have sex in your car after this? And he asked that, like,
bro, I'm sorry. There is no way. Either this guy has some brain disease or this has to have worked, right? Like, that's the first thing I'm thinking. There is no way that he does this so consistently as alleged if this hasn't worked in the past. This has to have worked in the past, right? There's no way that he's just doing this and taking L's over and over again.
probably 5 more times. Like, you're joking, right? Like, you want to have sex in your car after this, right? And I was like, no. Anyways, I have a lot to say, and I have a whole story, but
Okay, and then it was on to this.
so
Right, it was
I
onto the
told
one.
him
Yeah, it was.
I would take him home because he lived close by, but that I did not want to have sex in my car at all. I did not want to have sex with him because he lived close by.
Right.
Again.
Okay. Want to make sure. That detail to me is weird, though. He says he wants to have sex with her 5 different times in her car. And she lets him in her car, and because his house is nearby. That's weird to me. I'll just show the text. Let's just see the text. Then she still drives him home. Well, she still drives him home. Well, actually, no. He eventually gets out of the car, right?
I said, fuck no. Get the fuck out. He left. Never spoke to him or saw him. Want to leave the car. But I guess it did make him uncomfortable that I did that, and I told him.
Not once did she try to record any of it. I don't think the expectation for her to record any of it should be there. That is the weird thing to me, is that she said that he asked her to go to a diner so he could apologize for some of the shitty things that he did to her. She goes because, quote, free food, why not? God, please, almighty, Jesus Christ, free food, why not? She goes there. He apparently pesters her about wanting to fuck her in the car, and then she decides to drive him home in the car. That's a hell of a story. I want to hear his side of it. I'm just going to be honest. I really want to hear his side of it. Yeah, I really want to hear his side of that one. I think he only said he wants to have sex with her car after he's in the car. Before that, he just says, you want to have sex after this? Let's double back on the video.
Do you want to have sex in your car?
Well, Tommy, you look that was perfect, right? Come on, I'm a goddamn wizard. You go, hey, look, I'm a goddamn wizard.
After this? And I was like, no, I don't. Is there anything else you want to say? And she was like,
all right. Yeah, okay. Well, let's read the article. Misconduct allegations against all gas. No, let's read the top. Extremely disappointing. Andrew Callaghan, essay allegation. This is SK Pop. I have no idea what the fuck this is. Accusations explored as all gas no brakes creator comes under scrutiny. I have no idea what this website is or the accuracy of this website. So here's what we're going to do. We're only going to look at the bits of evidence here. We're going to read some of this shit. We're going to read through the article, but what we're really going to try and corroborate is obviously the video. Some of these videos we've already seen. Misconduct allegations against all gas no brakes. Andrew Callaghan has come to light. A TikToker recently took to the video sharing platform to share her experience with the 25-year-old content creator, since the several other women have come forward claiming that the internet personality sexually assaulted them. TikToker Cornbread Asshole was the first among many women to come forward to expose the YouTuber. In the video, she claimed that Andrew Callaghan wore her down and coerced her into getting intimate on the night of the alleged assault. She said in the video, I will tell you that he did eventually get consent, and that's the main point, is that he eventually got consent because he wore me down. He told me he needed a place to stay for the night. He had some sort of falling out with one of his crew members or whatever, and I was very clear about the fact that we were not hooking up. He gets into my bed and wears me down to the point where I eventually do agree to do things that I wasn't proud of, and I wasn't proud of them and thought it was my fault for so long, and I continued to be nice to him. She added that she eventually gave consent to Andrew Callaghan simply to get the night over with so he could leave the next day. However, it doesn't discount the fact that I told him no. We already saw this video. In the video, the TikToker also claimed that she was inebriated the night the alleged assault took place. Reacting to the matter at hand, one Nietzschean, I don't know what that is, wrote online, Andrew Callaghan essay allegations are extremely disappointing. Not only can people just not keep their hands to themselves, but then others just excuse it because he's cool or they're friends. Like, when do women get actual accountability men are born with? Who is this random person? Who is it? Why should I care about what this... Okay. Other victims of Andrew Callaghan have come forward anonymously. Cornbread also went on the another TikTok video where they showed evidence they knew each other. She shared a text message where the two coordinating about the night they planned to meet. Her video also included a picture of them posing in front of a mirror. In the video, she went on to share the experiences of other women anonymously coming forward with their alleged sexual assault experiences. Several stories included a 25-year-old Channel News 25-year-old Channel 5 journalist coercing the victims and ensuring that they were intoxicated before the alleged assault. One, what is this? Claimed that Andrew Callaghan forced himself on her in the victim's car until she physically had to kick him out. And then this was the second video we saw. And another story, a person claimed that Callaghan had a list of women that he gets to give them head without reciprocating. In the TikTok video posted by Cornbread Asshole, an anonymous person wrote in a text message that those in Seattle where Callaghan went to for school were all aware that he had sexually assaulted several women. What? Oh, are we doing the thing where we just have hyperlinks that make it look like our shit is more detailed than it is, but it leads literally nowhere? I think a Nietzschean is a citizen of the internet. Oh, okay. Twitter user Baby Triggy also shared TikToker at Moldy Freckles experiences with Andrew Callaghan in the same. Is this actually gonna work? Nope. So yeah, they're doing the thing where they put up hyperlinks that actually don't lead anywhere to what you would think they would reference. They just have the hyperlinks that way it looks more thorough than it does. All right, really not a good sign. All right, and the YouTuber reportedly endlessly coerced the victim to get intimate with him. However, she refused to do so. At one point, he also reportedly started touching the victim without her consent in the car where she was driving him home from a breakfast meeting. Oh, so she was driving him home. She actually did drive him home. So, second allegation summary. So, after the allegations came out of the girl Moldy Freckles on TikTok posted her own experience with Andrew, she posted the 5 TikToks. 5?
Hey everyone. So, yeah, it's been...
All right, we'll take a look at the 5th here in a second. Andrew into another... and has similarly disturbing story that implicates Andrew in another sexual assault. I wanted to write up on this story for 2 reasons. One, her TikToks are getting little attention, especially compared to the first girl. 2, the story is clear. Concise and facts are written down, as it not always optimal to spend 11 minutes watching 5 separate TikToks. So if you choose to watch part 3 and 4, the majority of the following information, the first 3 videos are just somewhat of a pre-ramble. Okay. All right, so that's just a retelling of the facts, I guess. In another instance, Andrew Callaghan reportedly forcibly kissed a minor until he was physically dragged away from the victim. He was 22 at the time. You know what I love seeing? I love seeing a claim about a victim being pulled away from Andrew Callaghan and then clicking on the victim's link, and apparently the victim is Andrew Tate. I would think that Andrew Tate wouldn't have been a minor at the time, but he looks young for his age after all. Another Reddit user posting their partner's account text screenshots and explaining further in comment. The inside of this. Yeah. My freshman year, he 22 DM'd me 17 and asked to hang out with us. Oh, somebody 17 and asked to hang out with us. We met up with him and he brought us to the Navy base. And he got weirdly possessive over me, grabbing me all weirdly and keep trying to get me alone, even though we were in a small group of all 17, barely 18-year-olds. I was talking about the guy I was into, blank, who was older than me. He literally told me he wouldn't go for me because of how young I was, lol. Then me and blank made the decision that he was getting too weird with me and we tried ditching him. We took an Uber to the Willow, lol, because our barely 18 friend was doing a rap show. We left and then Andrew took his own Uber to the same place. He kept going into the bar and buying me shots, then pulled me around the corner and forcibly tried to make out with me until my roommate noticed and ran over and stopped him. Then he got her to go away, and I kept telling him I had a boyfriend. How did he get, this is a really important, how did he get your friend to go away after he was forcibly making out with you? Wouldn't you literally just go like, hey, this dude is being weird, and then like walk away with him? What is this? That's a pretty big just, well, he just got her to go away. Yeah, it's a pretty big gap there. We'll keep reading. I kept telling him I had a boyfriend. I did at the time. But you have a boyfriend and you were talking about how much you liked some other dude? This is some degeneracy. I'm kidding. It's a completely irrelevant point, but it's just kind of funny. And he said, it's cool. I have a long distance GF. We are open to do you want to have a threesome with us when she comes to town next week? Kept me in a little corner, pushing me about it until my roommate's boyfriend came over, 18, and tried to fight his 22-year-old ass. Then we finally broke away and decided to walk home, just the two of us, and he followed us by himself halfway back to the dorms until we literally sprinted and ran away from him. Damn. I'm a close friend of a woman who came forward about Andrew. I was friends with her when it happened and have heard many similar stories from women in New Orleans scene. The friend in question had finally come out about this on her Instagram the day prior. Big TikTok, everyone was talking about on the subreddit. When the TikTok came out, I was fairly unsurprised because I had lived in the same city as him for years. We ran in the same scene. I'd always heard stories like this about Andrew. Once I heard someone were finally starting to come out about this, I came to the subreddit to see what people were saying, and it's been very upsetting. I wanted some kind of recourse for Andrew's action for some time, but as a man who is directly unaffected, it wasn't my place to talk about it. Now that some of the women he's hurt have been open about it, I understand why they've been afraid to share this for so long. I understand that the word of strangers online mean nothing to y'all, and that you like some kind of proof if you're gonna swallow the hard pill. But the way y'all have attacked that woman is sad. It scares me for other women that may want to talk about their experiences and have been seen in real time where that gets them. Sexual assault is one of the hardest situations for anyone to prove, true, especially if it happened to someone you've never met by someone you idolize, true. I don't know, I don't have damning proof, and I don't know who will have enough proof to make y'all happy. What I do have is a story that makes no allegation, but that shows a pattern of this behavior. This is my partner's interaction with him, and when she was a freshman in college. To y'all, me and my partner are just strangers online as well, but I post this and wanting to share the story of someone I trust in hopes that y'all will begin to trust these women. He knowingly sexually assaulted my friend and got away with it. Please stop supporting his dumbass and unfollow him. Just in case y'all can't put two and two together, the ugly loser who hosts All Gas No Brace is a sexual abuser. I know people he has assaulted and he is aware and doesn't give a shit. Please unfollow him. If you watch this and still follow him, I will message you and ask why. He is around Tampa and St. Pete a lot. You have probably met him. Please protect the women of our community by not supporting him. This is his new show. Unfollow his shit too. Y'all don't owe loyalty to a rapist. This is his... Wait. I have people who are just saying that he also have uncomfortable and forced situations with him in the past in different states. Clearly, he's a serial abuser. Be careful, y'all. It's just kind of random, but we don't know each other. But I saw your post reposted, but yeah, okay. Another person messaged me about him. This makes within 24 hours. A long time. He's done this to at least 3 other girls, all in different cities, most underage. He was on the podcast I really like, and I feel compelled to reach out to the host or something, just trying to get information. You definitely don't need to tell me any specifics at all. I was just wondering if whoever this has happened to was underage, and if it was in New Orleans or Nashville. Totally understand if you aren't comfortable. I just need to do something. I'm tired of seeing this happen to many people. Be 100%. Be he what 10,000% knows people know in Florida. I've had another friend message me saying, yeah, I have a friend who you dead don't know that he did something similar to in St. Pete, drunk damage control. Then 2 friends in New Orleans who said he got kicked out of whatever scene there for being a creep. Then some random from New Orleans then added and it messaged me saying, apparently, like, if you believe all these people, God damn, he must have done this to 60 plus people. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay. Also said an online Callaghan took her and her friend to a party where he tried to get intimate with somebody's roommate. After she declined, he reportedly left the house screaming. When he was this is a TikTok reply. When he was on tour, he took me and my friend to a party and tried to fuck my roommate. After she said no, he left our house screaming. The aforementioned assaults are just a few of the many victims who have come forward. At the time of writing this article, Andrew Callaghan had not addressed the stories that have come to light. Let me guess. This is going to link to, like, I don't know, like fucking some musician or something. Oh, no, it literally links to this. Oh, no, this is a different article. Wow, this is the first hyperlink that actually works. Who knew, maybe they all work. Maybe Andrew Tate really is a victim.
A lot. I know that this shit is on all over Reddit, TikTok, Twitter.
West End Andrew, yeah. I think the uncommon critique of women in these situations is that they have to take responsibility for saying no firmly and being firmer in the denial of men, i.e. ditching them or leaving. I think in a lot of situations there should be a critique of that, but that critique shouldn't supersede when they do try and communicate no, like the claims have been that they have communicated no, that they not have their positions heard, because these women are claiming they said no vehemently.
News reporters.
And even if they don't say no, a lack of speech doesn't mean yes. The only problem with that is ass meets grass. That's how most people have sex, like ass meets grass. Most people do not get a yes, I wish to perform coitus on you when they have sex. It is more of a vibe check. So this shit will keep happening if we do not take it more seriously. When people don't want sex, that they say no. It will keep happening. Not this specifically, but like this being sexual assault.
Have reached out to me. I haven't responded to them yet because it's kind of fucking terrifying. But yeah, thank you for everyone for the support. Of course, there's a lot of weird, disgusting comments too, or whatever. Addressing a few things. First of all, the shirt that I was wearing, the Queens of the Stone Age, I didn't even know that was a band. Apparently it's a band where some members have been accused of sexual assault.
That's unlucky. That's unlucky. That's just unlucky. That's unlucky. That's a bit of dark humor I like. I think that's a bit unlucky.
I stole that shirt from somebody, to be honest. Okay. And I didn't know it was a band, so my bad. This time, not wearing any words on my shirt. Secondly, some people.
She didn't know it was a band? Why are you guys acting like this is like a super pop? I've never heard of that band in my life.
Saying that because this came out as soon as his HBO Max special dropped, that we're right-wing conspiracists. I'm not a right-winger. That's ridiculous. First of all,
being a right-winger
just
is
because
ridiculous.
Andrew is a leftist. I honestly don't know. I didn't know that he talked about political shit. When someone was like, it's crazy how he acts like a social justice warrior, I was like, what? He's doing what? I don't know what Channel 5 is about. I don't know what This Place Rules is about exactly. Haven't watched any trailers. My friend gave me a brief synopsis, and I was like,
what?
Okay.
It's a huge band?
It's not that hard to believe that people can have the same political view.
All right, you're about to look real dumb, all right? Queens of the Stone Age. That is a pretty high fucking view count. Damn. I was gonna say, like, their highest viewed video is probably gonna be like 20 million. God damn. Damn. Alright. You got me. You got me!
This is you and still be a piece of shit. Yeah.
Damn.
It's just...
They're probably metal,
insane,
aren't they?
But,
fucking metal bands.
I do have messages from when we first started DMing.
Let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look.
We'll post them later once I figure out how to do that. I don't make content. I'm not a TikTok person. People have said it's suspicious that I only have...
Shit, this was posted an hour ago.
...videos about this. I only had like a few other videos before on my TikTok, and they were stupid. So I deleted them so that no one would be distracted from the message that I was trying to say. So there you have it. Hey, everyone. Hey, everyone.
Wait, is there a way to go, like, new? Dude, TikTok is so ass, bro. This shit is ass. Why is no one releasing evidence? We apparently have done a shittier job than I thought about telling people that believe all women means believe women enough to be able to look into the evidence. We've done a really shitty job of that because I guess the assumption is just supposed to be you make a claim and we believe you. Yeah. Okay. We'll see what happens. I think it'd be too much of a tone shift to change gears to some other shit. Plus, I've been streaming for right about 5 hours. I want to stream for longer hours on YouTube. I like streaming on YouTube. I want to start streaming for hours, but I can't really do that. I do have some shit I need to do today. I'm actually rather busy. But that's where we're at, yeah? Okay. Dad, I think I'm gonna go. Been fun. I need to eat, go to the gym, come back, do some coding, shit like that, okay? Alright. Can you be a proper nerd and just play Pokemon MMO for us? Is that a thing? I'll look into it, for sure. If there's an actual Pokemon MMO, I'll look into it. I want to watch this because this Odin guy, he hates, what is it, fat people and trans people are the two people he hates, like, the most. I like watching this dude be, like, really bigoted. It's funny. Keeps me humble. Keeps me leveled out with, like, I think, like, normal people. I think normal people talk like this about this. But maybe not. Maybe he's a little bit extreme on, like, fat people, I think. Actually, maybe, I don't know. You'll make up your mind when we watch it, okay? We're gonna watch that shit tomorrow. I have so Not So Erudite tried to set up 2 different black pill people to have a discussion with me. So I have 2 different black pilled people in the pipeline to potentially be able to talk to about the black pill. So I'm excited about that. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're trying to coordinate that, or I'm trying to coordinate that with these people behind the scenes. So yeah. Also, I was donated yesterday $25 to have Wheat Waffles do a full top to bottom looks maxing thing. I was paid $25 for the service, so I'll be, requesting the service probably within 2 to 3 days. Yeah? All right, great. You guys have a good rest of your day.